What's going on, guys? Sir Lewis here. How my indicator is going to predict the Bitcoin top for this bull market cycle. If you want to see all my indicators, I have 10 of them coming out, 2 new ones coming out soon, but 8 of them at the moment. And this is one of them that I'm going to show here in this video, the log waves. You can access my indicators in the link in the pinned comment. I have 3 tiers, my cheapest tier being $8 and the other ones being a little higher. You can check it out. But yeah, this is called the log waves. It's my private indicator that I coded myself, and this is gonna help find the top here for Bitcoin, like it did the previous cycles, as we can see right here since 2013. Right, you can see how we're having diminishing returns. You see Bitcoin topping out lower and lower than the previous cycles, right? Based on the log wave. So, based on this, we can see, there's a likely chance that Bitcoin can still come up here, right? Somewhere here, meet the red top here, right? And I made it red for a reason because that's when you want to sell. And during the green here, this is especially the deep green. This is when you want to buy. You can see here from the previous years, right? And this is why I still think Bitcoin hasn't topped out yet. I believe we haven't made that parabolic move that we did right here in the previous cycles, right? This cycle has been more mature, much more prolonged. And even though we've been having some nice moves up, we haven't had that last parabolic move, right? That we usually have towards the end of a bull market cycle. And I believe we will. And once we will, we're going to find, the top is going to be somewhere over here. And I have these resistance and support levels here on this chart. Let me also know in the comments if I should, sell my charts, if I should put them on Patreon, because there's a way that I can share the charts here. Every time I update them and stuff like that, I can share with you here on TradingView. So let me know if you want to be able to access my charts as well, and I can update them as we go on. But as far as support levels here, Bitcoin still, there's a big chance here Bitcoin can still come down here to this resistance line right here, right in the 60, 65, depending on the timing, right? 69. If we were to drop this month, it would be 64. So technically, Bitcoin can still drop here to 64 somewhere on this trend line and still be bullish. I know that sounds crazy, but this is if this trend line holds, if you have a big drop and we hold this, we're still bullish. We're still in the uptrend from the bear market technically. Okay, but so far it's been holding this line right here, right? This trend line right here since we bottomed here at 40, 49k, 20, what was that, 25k in the top, in the bottom. So so far there's a chance Bitcoin does bottom out here, put in a higher low, and if it were to do that, the resistance points to where we can find the top eventually, what I believe is going to happen is this indicator, right, the log waves, is going to follow and meet up with Bitcoin on one of these resistance points. Either this one right here, which we can see, since right there, or this one right here, right? So either one of these two, depending on how parabolic this move up is, right, we can have a scenario where Bitcoin eventually meets it up here at 182. So we have a scenario like this, right? We're usually going like that, and Bitcoin comes up here to 182, which would be by July, right? July to August or September, around that time frame. Okay, if we were to do something like that by that time, or it could be later on in the year, right? Or let's see, for example, let's do a September or October. Let's do October. September 214. October would be 230, right? So 230, and a lot of people have been calling Bitcoin to go over 200. But let's say it does have that final parabolic move, right, where we do follow and we meet up here with the log waves, and we do something like that. That's probably the top. Okay, if Bitcoin were to do something like that for the rest of the year. Okay, and we can also see here the reason why I'm very confident that Bitcoin hasn't topped out either is the pi cycle top. And the pi cycle top is this one right here. Let me actually take this out. It's also one of my indicators that you guys can access in the group. But basically, the pi cycle top has given the previous 2 cycles. Okay, the cycle tops, the previous 2021, 2017, even back in 2013 and before that. And ultimately what happens in this indicator is when these 2 MAs, right, you got the 111, I think the other one was like 350, 3 something, moving average. Once they tighten up and contract, you usually have a top within that time period. So right here, it's getting It's getting tightening up right here, contracting, and then it even goes above it, and we have the top. Now 2021, same thing, right? We're contracting, tightening up right there, and we got a top. So we can see that we still haven't done that. We were close here, right? And I'm happy. This is why I'm happy when we have dips like this, right? When um, we had this bow flag right here, right? When we had this bow flag, because if we didn't have this bow flag, if we didn't have this correction down here to 49K from 74K, what would mostly likely happen was if we would have kept going up, we would have contracted here at some point prematurely before going to that 109 here, maybe around 80, 88, 90, and that could have been the top, right? So this bull market, we can't just keep going up forever like in 2017, or else we're gonna top out prematurely, most likely. Okay, so these dips are good. These pullbacks and corrections are good. They're healthy. Everyone is bearish, but they are healthy in my opinion. And what I believe that does is it prolongs the top to go even more parabolic in the future. So, we can also check out here my other indicator, the sniper scalper, and you will see what I mean when I say we haven't had that parabolic move yet like the previous cycles. You can see that the sniper scalper, the previous cycles, you can see that we go above that red cloud, right? Especially 2017, but 2021 we break through that red. This is on the monthly, by the way. We break through that red cloud. It's a move that's so parabolic that we break through that red cloud, and then we top out around that time frame. We've been getting resistance, right, at the bottom of the red cloud. Okay, doesn't mean it's the top, but we've been getting a lot of resistance here, right? Boom, again. And what I believe will happen is I believe we're putting in a higher low, right, somewhere around here. So there's still some, Bitcoin can still drop further, right? But it's not guaranteed for it to come down here to 70K and under. It's not guaranteed. But if it does, that support level that I showed you, right, 66, 64, 68, it needs to hold that. Okay, which I believe if it drops there, I believe it will. But so far it's been holding this one. But yeah, like I said, everything's gonna align, right? You have my sniper scalper here. You have the log waves, which I'm about to put right here. Right, once everything aligns, like I told you guys, we're going above the red cloud like we did in the previous cycles. We're finding this trend line here, either this one or this one, right? And we're touching the log waves red, the red section right here, right, wherever this meets up here. When all these things align, I mean, it's just gonna be, obviously during this time, it's easier than done, right? I can tell you right now, yeah, obviously I'm gonna sell everything and this and that, but during that time when that happens, the market's going to be so euphoric. It's going to feel like everything is going to keep going up because, I mean, just imagine a 200K Bitcoin, a 170K Bitcoin, and your altcoin season probably during that time. So, you have to understand that you have to set a plan and you got to stick through it, right? You can't just, have all this in place and not pull the trigger and sell, right? So I'm just giving you guys here, showing you my indicators. If you guys want to access them, you can access them in the pinned comment. Also, to end the video here, I want to show here the rainbow chart. You can see that even it correlates with the rainbow chart too, because we're still pretty low here on the rainbow chart. In the past previous cycles, we always came here to at least the yellow, right? And this time we haven't even came here to the lighter green section, right? So, and you can see right here, if we come here to the yellow, that's going to be, some of my points here based on where I showed you guys here on the yellow. You can even see right here, right? Once we come here, I think this is on like a different chart, but you will see right here, we haven't had that parabolic move yet like we did in the previous cycles, right? Based on the rainbow chart. But you can see once we do have that parabolic move and everything aligns with my indicators, we're probably going to be somewhere around here. And this is, like I said, we don't have to come up here in the red like we did last cycles because we have diminishing returns, right? Right here, we were at the top of the red. Last cycle, we weren't. We were here. So most likely this cycle, we're going to come over here to the orange somewhere, and that could be the top. See? So it's diminishing, it's showing diminishing returns. I don't believe this is the top. Yeah, I believe this is way too under here. I believe we go at least somewhere here, which aligns with my indicators. So if you guys want to access them, in the pin comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment below, you guys, if you guys want me to share the charts. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one.